Hello everyone, welcome back to my video. My name is Margareth Stevany Sinurat. I'm college student from Mathematics Education Study Program 2019 at State University of Medan. In this video, I will explain about Chapter 7 is Pythagoras School of Mathematics. Pythagoras was a Greek mathematician and philosopher who is best known for his theorems. Through the theorems known to be known as the father of numbers. He made an important contribution to philosophy and religious teaching in the late 6th century BC. His life and teachings are not very clear due to the many legends and artificial stories about himself. Pythagoras had a great role in the world of mathematics. One of the relics of Pythagoras' famous legacy is the famous Pythagorean theorem. Pythagoras, which states that the square of the hypotenuse of a triangle, the right angle, is equal to the sum of the squares of the legs or the sides of the right angles. Although the facts in this theorem were well known before the birth of Pythagoras, this theorem is credited to Pythagoras because he was the first to prove this observation mathematically. Pythagoras School. Pythagoras and Pythagoras was born in Samos, the coast of the Greek island that we know today as Turkey. According to Lambricus, Porphyry, and Dionysius Laertius, Pythagoras learned from the Babylonians, and he may have met the prophet Daniel in Babylon. From the clay tablet Plimpton 322, we know that the Babylonians actually worked on the theory of the Pythagorean triangle, and Pythagoras learned it from them. Pythagoras may have been the first to discover proof of the Pythagorean theorem, but of course he wasn't the one to discover the theorem himself. According to Lambricus, Porphyry, and Dionysius Laertius, Pythagoras also learned from Magi or Zoroastrian school. Of course, it was impossible for Pythagoras to speak directly to Zoroaster himself. It also unlikely that Pythagoras studied in India. He believes in reincarnation, which of course belongs to the native Indians. Perhaps Pythagoras had met Buddha, who lived at the same time. About Pythagoras moved to Corton, a city in southern Italy, and founded the Pythagorean Brotherhood. He married a Pythagorean woman named Theano. Theano was probably the first mathematician. Number mysticism. While Thales stated that all is water, Pythagoras thought that all is a number. For Pythagoras, this meant that everything could be understood in terms of whole numbers and their ratios. Specifically, each line segment is a whole number or whole number ratio. Despite the discovery of the irrationality of the length of the diagonal of a square with side length 1 made by the followers of Pythagoras, Pythagoras himself was not aware of this. Pythagoras gave a special place to the number 10. He called this number the exalted number. He was interested in the number for the following reasons. This figure was used by the ancient Greeks as a basis for calculation. As the sum of the first four positive integers, it represents dimension with 1 4-point, 2 4 lines, 3 4 planes, and 4 4 space. Finally, there are 10 points in the 5-point start Pythagoras. Pythagoras School of Mathematics. The Pythagorean school derives for all their mathematical discoveries for Pythagoras, but not in fact. We know of only a single dominant theorem. Pythagoras' achievements include the following. The first, proof of the Pythagoras theorem. The Pythagorean school is responsible for the proof of this theorem discovered by Euclid. They also found proof of the opposite of this theorem. The second, average. The Pythagorean school examines the arithmetic mean a plus b divided by 2, the geometric mean ab, the harmonic mean 2ab divided by a plus b, and the relationship between them. The third, perfect numbers and amicable numbers. A perfect number is a positive integer for example 6, which is equal to the sum of its true factors or factors other than the number itself. That is 6 equal 1 plus 2 plus 3. The Pythagorean school discovered a formula that gives an even perfect number. An amicable pair is two positive integer, each of which is the sum of the true factor of the others. Lambicus credited Pythagoras with a knowledge of the amicable number pairs 220 and 284. The four, regular solids. The Pythagorean school discovered the regular 12 plane and proved that there are 5 regular polyhedra. This feat could not be beaten until G. Kepler discovered that there were more or less regular planes and large planes of 12 stars. The 5, irrationality. The Pythagoras school found that it's not a ratio of whole number. They used the integer solution of the equation x squared minus 2y squared, 6 figurative numbers. If m is a positive integer and t is a non-negative integer, then m plus 2 is gonal number is a natural number of the form. The first new trigonal number or triangular numbers are 0, 1, 3, 6, 10. The first few four gonal number or square number are 0, 1, 4, 9, 16. The number is called figurative because it can be represented by a figure made of pebbles. For example, the triangular number 10 can be shown in the form of a triangle like the one in the picture above. Look at the row of squares shown by the pebbles diagram. The Pythagorean school shows that n squared plus 2n plus 1 equal n square. Combining two equal triangular numbers together to form a quadrilateral, the Pythagorean school shows that the n positive triangular numbers are base multiply height. Since the n positive triangular number is 1 plus 2 plus blank 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 plus n, the study of figurative numbers recalls a major part of number theory. One of the highlights of the career of C.F. Gauss was his proof that every positive number is the sum of three triangular numbers. As another example, paper entitled Journal of Number Theory by N. Sahakis and B. De Weger show that there are exactly 6 triangular numbers that are the product of 3 consecutive integers. Next, Pythagorean school and irrationality. The length of A and B are said to be equal if there are positive integer P and G such that when the Pythagorean school states that everything as a number, the Pythagorean school meant to imply that all pairs of length were equal. In the Pythagorean school, the number in question is rational number. Unfortunately, they soon discovered that the diagonals of a square did not match the side. Suppose ABCD is a square whose sides have length 1. By the Pythagorean theorem, the diagonal AC is of length, so that where P and Q are positive integer, we can assume that P and Q are relatively prime, have no common factors. In particular, we can assume that P and Q are not even number. Now P squared equal to Q squared, so that P squared is an even number. In the Pythagorean school, it's well known that the square of an odd number is odd, where the square of an even number is even. So from the statement that P squared is even, it means that P is even, so that, and that's why G squared equal to R squared. The assumption that AC and AB they are said to be equivalent is impossible. At first, the Pythagorean school tried to keep this discovery secret. reduced its philosophy. Some say it was Hippasus who leaked this secret, and he was drowned as punishment for what he had done. The Greeks did not know how to handle 2 in an arithmetic or algebraic way. However, they knew that 2 was the length of the diagonal, and the Greeks turned to geometry to explain it. The problem of inequalities is one reason why the ancient Greeks talk of the distributive law, B plus C equal AB plus AC, as the rule of addition for rectangle of equal with A. I think that's all from me that I can explain on the topic of Pythagorean school of mathematics. Please forgive me if I had mistake in my explanation in this video. Hopefully this explanation video is useful for you. Don't forget to share this video with your friends on social media too. Thank you and good day.